Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods, aka two dudes, one attitude.
I like that.
Although sometimes we have different attitudes.
I was going to say short center, but here we are wearing pants.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Friday. This drops on Monday. We hope you had a meaningful weekend. If you were protesting, we hope you were safe.
If you came to our comedy show last night that we did at the Nowhere Comedy Club.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much.
It was an epic night. It was amazing. It felt really good. The entire block blacked out, and we thought it was our problem.
No, but what happened was, and it was really sad, but one of these beautiful blue herons flew into and landed on an electrical box that exploded. So the entire block was down. We were able to turn it around. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe. Then we did a 45-minute post wrap up where we got to
in
answer.
The dark, where one of our phones' flashlight was on our faces and the other one was zooming with our fans.
It was just a special night. Dan Van Kirk did a great job. Ben Glebe, Nowhere Comedy Club. We may do a Dumb People Town on there. I would really like to. We'll let you guys know. Thank you for following us and this. And again, I hope you emerge from the weekend ready to fight the battles that need to be fought. And we love you guys for that. And so with that in mind,
let's get into
stories, okay?
The first story, everyone loves popcorn, right?
I love popcorn so much.
It's fun.
Yes.
It's what we eat during movies.
I like the barrel that you get that's caramel, cheese, and regular. I love them all.
It can be mixed with...
Although the regular, I feel like, is the last to go down.
Short shrifted.
Caramel and the cheese. Oh,
you put cheese on it and you call it smart food.
That's right.
Well, now it's at the center of a controversy, and the comments made online by a Detroit popcorn company.
The owner of the Detroit Popcorn Company. Detroit Popcorn Company.
Are the farthest thing from smart. Evan Singer, whose name online is Evan Sangria. That's already your first red wine flag.
To me, if you're going to call yourself Evan Sangria, have you seen people drink sangria? Nobody has drank sangria and then done something great.
If you love sangria, you're like a little more out of control than someone who likes wine.
Yeah. You're the type of person who would pour a whole bottle of vodka into a watermelon and take it to a barbecue.
Right? You're like if you're a wino, you fall asleep maybe like
on a raft going down a river in Indiana.
If you're a sangria freak,
drinker,
you encourage that guy to go over the waterfall.
That's right.
Right?
You can do it.
You got it, man.
You can do it.
All right, so this guy's an idiot. Even though, sangria is delicious at summer barbecues, we can already tell he's an idiot from his name. Well, he got into an online battle over the looters and the rioters.
That's what this whole episode is going to be about.
It is. It's people trying to lash out and fight back against the looters and the rioters.
That's right.
And doing it in a way that
exposes
further damage themselves.
Exposes them. Okay.
Look, and here's the deal. We get that if you own a business and we
are not for looting or rioting in any. We're sitting in my wife's office, which is on the street, which is exposed. If looters and rioters were to come in here and break down the door and steal her computers and stuff, we would be devastated. She is, through COVID and whatnot, on the brink here, has had to get federal assistance.
Our cousin, a building that
their family owns in Santa Monica
completely destroyed.
Completely destroyed.
So, and we felt the effects of it. Our family has. We're upset about it. But
now is not the time to get into an online beef with someone
who can easily screen grab whatever comments you put on there and blast it out to the world.
Exactly.
Unless you're on the right side of this thing.
Unless you're on the side of peace and compassion, which is not a difficult side to be on.
By the way, it's that simple. It is that simple. If you have nothing to hide and you don't fear the repercussions of your comments,
or don't even fear the reaper,
right?
But the point is that there is an adage in business. Our father, for years, owned his own business where it was all about how you treated the customers and all about how
you treated people,
right? And that you treat people well, you treat customers extraordinarily well, and even if there's a moment where you're like, this guy's not being that great,
this guy's out of control,
you gotta treat.
Even if restraint, and you're like, our dad would always be like, give me the angry guy on the phone. He's like, give me the most mad guy and I'll turn him around.
And he
give
was
me the most angry woman at Saks Fifth Avenue in New York who is ready to just bite my head off because we did it. And by the end of it, I'll have her laughing.
That's right.
I will calm her down.
And he did. Because that's what you
Peace.
do when you own a business that you want to continue working. You try and work with people, and sometimes it forces you to go outside the things you believe in,
Yes.
even if you believe in them in your heart, and you have to present that image because you are running a business that people can choose not to go to anymore.
All right. So Evan Singer, or I'm going to call him
Sangria.
I'm going to call him Johnny Sangria.
Johnny Sangria.
So Johnny Sangria responded to an original post that has since been deleted about looters. He said, quote, they wonder why they need knees in their necks.
So many mistakes.
There's so many mistakes in
So
so few
many-
words. It's almost
He started out at
impressive.
the beginning with a mistake.
It's almost impressive how many mistakes he made in such a quick period of time.
Yeah.
So
They.
where did he start? Started
They.
with the they.
They.
So now when you say they,
It's other.
it's other. You're grouping a group of people. You're saying everybody's like.
I have one. I have a ticket here. Would you like to punch it? Do you know my ticket that's right here?
Is it to Stereotype
It's
City?
one way. It's a one-way ticket to Stereotype City.
All right. So to lump everyone together, looters, protesters,
And George Floyd.
and George Floyd, that is your next mistake. All right. The looters, yes, they are assholes.
By the way, we
Period.
agree with you. The looters, I'm telling you, the protest. Go listen to Killer Mike. Killer Mike is saying the looters are assholes. Okay?
And here's why the looters are assholes. It's not just okay. Let's be real. Let's
Yeah.
get way
Yeah.
down into this. Okay. Yes, there are businesses that are teetering on the brink.
Mm-hmm.
That is horrible. If you take what they have and you destroy their business, they might not be able to come back from that. There are businesses in South Central Los Angeles from the riots around Rodney King
1992.
that never came back. If you're on the edge and your place gets then you're
You
in
might
trouble.
never come back.
Most of these businesses have insurance.
Uh-huh.
Most of them can come back. A lot of them were struggling because of COVID-19
That's right.
and were
That's
about
right.
to come back.
That's right.
So it's a double gut punch, and it's selfish, and it's rude, and it's awful. But if you can't take the time to separate those people, those opportunist assholes who are taking advantage of it, and the people who are peacefully protesting, then you are the problem. It's that simple.
To me, it's the same thing as saying all cops are bad. They're not all bad.
We've never said that.
We have friends that are cops who are pissed as much as we are, if not more, that there are bad cops out there
We made
making them
sure
look bad.
we point out the cop in Flint, Michigan. We made sure we pointed out the cop who
in
walked
Houston, the
in
guy,
Houston.
the police chief in Houston, that guy's unbelievable. He's amazing.
There are so many good cops. There are also bad cops.
Right.
And this whole protest and this whole system is about rooting those people out. The cops that pushed over the old guy in Buffalo and then walked right over his body while he's bleeding out of the back of his head, that's
You're
bad
gone.
cops.
And by the way, I don't want to hear it that cops are going to retire because it's going to get harder on them. If you are going to leave, if it's going to get harder on them. If you don't want to do it the right way and you're leaving, good.
Good. We'll
It's
get
like
new
when people
people.
talk in our comedy show. We're like, get out and tell all your friends who are like you never to come back
Don't
to this
come.
club again.
Don't come to
because
this
we
club.
don't need you. We don't need you.
And then he topped it with the they need knees in their necks.
Yep.
Like you can't
Go back
spin
and
that.
listen to
You
go back
cannot
and
spin that.
go back and listen to the Reverend Al Sharpton speech yesterday at the funeral. Say what you will about Reverend Al Sharpton. I was driving over to get my real ID in between recording podcasts at the Pasadena DMV, and I was listening to his story, and I'm like crying, listening to his speech. He gave a great speech that moved it into a hopeful place, talking about Jesse Jackson, stay up on your texts. I was like, your text that you're texting? Nope. Ecclesiastes, stay up on.
okay.
It's a new season.
Yes.
That's what he said. He told the story about walking out.
everything,
turn.
turn.
A new season, turn. Back in 67, some woman, a white woman, looked at him as he was protesting and said, get out of here, N-word. And then last week, he's in Minneapolis, and a girl tugs on his suit. He looks down at her. It's a white girl. He's bracing himself for what's about to happen. It's a white girl who looked at him and said, no justice, no peace. And he was about to cry. So he moved it to a hopeful place. That's all I'm saying.
So there's no way to spin what this idiot Johnny Sangria said.
Nope.
Your racism is showing.
It's like popping up like kernels in a hot pan, and I know you know what that is all about.
And you were too stupid to keep it to yourself. All right, you had to go online. You had to go after someone. Well, of course,
people screenshotted it.
Of course,
they shared it with everybody.
This is that you're in the gotcha moment right now. People are going to try to expose everyone who's doing this.
And now this popcorn company, who has employees who are like, "Wait, don't do that. This is my job." They're being boycotted.
And other and this is the damage that this idiot did that he's not thinking of. Other popcorn companies in Detroit are being targeted
because they don't know the right one.
Because no one knows the right one. Okay, so the zoo dropped their contract with Detroit Popcorn Company.
The zoo.
They don't care about their animal jail. That's who they are on a basic level.
When the zoo starts in on you, it's not good.
No. The zoo.
The zoo's like, look, we got problems, but we're not Johnny Sangria over here.
Right. Then Sangria doubled down. And this is where.
More.
So you already know.
You screwed up.
You already know there's backlash.
Yep.
And you see, he responded to people who are like responding to him with outrage about his post with a simple, they do.
Nope.
In other words, they do need knees on their neck.
No, they don't.
So now you got to face the consequences, all right? A company that was started in 1923.
That's ridiculous.
Now, I don't know who your ancestors were. Maybe the people who started are just as racist as you. I don't know.
We don't know.
But it's a company that's been around for 100 years. They're coming up on their 100th year anniversary.
And they may not be able to come up on their 100th year anniversary unless it changes. Now, if you want to take the Detroit Popcorn Company and put it into black ownership, I'll take a look at it. Maybe that's what you can do.
In a statement to Fox 2, of course, we'll only talk to Fox on Monday evening, Johnny Sangria admitted.
You mean Evan Singer?
Yes. Admitted to saying something, quote, something I should not have said.
Shouldn't have said. Which time? What are you talking about?
And maybe he's confessing to the last 30 years of his life.
Yeah, this could be all the things that he said that he shouldn't have said.
He says he regrets saying it, but it had nothing to do with race.
What?
Yeah, it had nothing to like Orville has nothing to do with Redenbacher.
Thank you. Nice.
He even screwed up the apology. Like that just come forward and be like, I am a business owner. I think the looting is terrifying, and I said the meanest thing that could come out of my mouth because I'm terrified. And
I'm sorry.
it.
And it's wrong, and I apologize.
And then I exposed to myself my own racist roots that I need to examine, and I want to do better, and I know I can do better.
You can't
no one's going to be happy with you?
No, but it's a start. You can't erase what you said, but at least you can take a step forward towards
the
showing a better
water's
way.
not out of the boat, but you seal the hole up with that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Singer Say was responding to a video of a Target being damaged. As a business owner, it's extremely upsetting when you see that. I'm the furthest person from racist. Hey, again, we were upset by that too.
So were most of the protesters. They're upset about that kind of thing.
We didn't go fire off racist comments just to pad the feeling that we were feeling.
So now Singer is claiming that his family is being threatened by people who were angered by what he said. And he says, quote, I'm seeing this now and I do understand. I'm so against the police brutality. Well,
okay.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm
going to give him credit for saying that.
Too late. Dude's
Whatever. I'm going to give him credit for saying that.
Look,
right there.
Here's what I got your fix, Johnny Sangria, all right? You need to go down to the protest. You need to go to peaceful protesters and hand out free popcorn.
That's right. This is a way out of the situation.
Give the people who need food, and then if they're thirsty, give them some sangria.
That's right.
So go down to these protests and say, look, I made a mistake. I'm trying to make it better. Give it just to black people. I don't care how you do this, but work as hard as you can.
Take a baby step. Take a baby step and move it forward. All right, that's our first story. We're going to take a break. I want to do this. I know we kind of mentioned a voicemail last that we were going to drop today, and maybe it dropped, but I would like to drop another one if it's the same one. Yes. Let's do it. Open Mike Eagle. Open Mike Eagle. Amazing DJ. Knows his sports, too.
He does. We got to get him on the show.
We did a show with him where he was Scott Rogowski.
He's a musical guy.
That's right.
Musical band
cohort.
Leader.
Like
DJ.
DJ. And he was amazing. And the dude's so cool. He's got a podcast where he talks about early 90s rap. And he talks to Professor Prince Paul. Unbelievable. Professor Prince Paul, who was mentioned in Name
checked in a third base song.
Yep, in a third base song. He really knows his stuff. To me, this is the sweet spot of hip-hop music for us.
It was our coming of age hip hop.
I'm just going to say I cannot wait to listen to this podcast. He left a voicemail. If he didn't leave one on Friday, we'll make him leave another one. Check it out.
Hey, Sklars. This is Open Mike Eagle. I miss you guys. You guys are always really nice to me. Actually, I'm not sure if you're both nice to me, but definitely at least one of you are nice to me. Been maintaining during the lockdown. I started doing a daily radio show on my Instagram, which is mostly just a reason to make sure I take a shower every day. And I started the lockdown by doing a lot of heavy drinking. So much, in fact, that I stopped drinking completely 1 month into it. And now we're in a race war, which is a great time to be sober. I know things are bad in the world because all of my white friends keep sending me text messages, just checking in on me. Feels great. I feel really, really special. But guess what, guys? I'm joining the Starburns Audio family. I'm launching a sub-network called Stoney Island Audio. I'm reviving my podcast, Secret Skin, and I'm launching a series called What Had Happened Was, where I interview renowned hip-hop producer Prince Paul about all the projects he's produced, from De La Soul to Chris Rock and more. But yeah, man, Stoney Island Audio, part of the Starburns Audio family. Hashtag ad.
Let the jello set. Let the jello set. Yeah.
Hey guys, Randy and Jason here, and whether you're working from home or working on your fitness, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to.
Yeah, you don't want to catch like glimpses and little snitbits of like what
Snitbits
you know
or
what I'm talking about?
tidbits of what your kids are listening to or anyone else. Everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you go dropping hundreds of bucks on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. They're amazing. I got my Raycon earbuds. They
So do
cancel
I.
out everything. Raycon earbuds start for about a half price of the other ones, premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as amazing as the top audio brands. You know, the newest model, the everyday E25 earbuds are their best ones yet. Jay, I love these so much.
I'm using it nonstop, Brand.
6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth playing, more bass, more compact design, gives you a nice noise isolating fit.
I like that if you have one of them in, you can just use one of them.
They're stylish and discreet. I love these so much. Now's the time to get a pair of the latest and the greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order by raycon.com /Starburns. That's by BUI Raycon.com, RAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. I love these earbuds so much. I know you do too.
I'm all about them, man. They're my reach. You know what you feel when you reach for them, and that's
you
the thing you
love
reach
them.
for. And that's my hike. Those are my hike earbuds.
Those are my walking earbuds. Buy BUYRAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Rate, review it, tell people about it. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, I've really enjoyed listening to this podcast. It's getting me through. It is the thing that is giving me a break, a little
This is
chance.
growing. That's what's really cool.
It is growing, and we're so excited about it and excited about the interaction online. Thank you for all your commenting on our Instagram page. We put video clips on. If you go to our YouTube page, you can watch the whole episode on video. Tool around. It's YouTube. Look up Sklar Bro Country. We got a lot of great stuff on there, too. Going to post some old stuff, too, which is going to be
some
great.
old stand-up and some old dumb people towns that will make you really happy. So we'll get into that.
This next story is kind of like the first story. It's just, again...
It's kind of a different shade on it, but at the same time...
We're in the same area, guys, and this is what we're picking on. The mayor of Temecula is a full-blown racist, so at least we know that.
Yes.
Now is the time to just let everyone put their feet in their mouths and just start eating.
Start eating.
Start chomping.
Chewing on that foot.
Just people Drew Breesing it all over the place these days, and here we go. Like we've said this to our friends, and I don't know if we've said this on here. The pandemic is like the NBA Finals.
Everybody's weaknesses will be exposed.
Your weaknesses will be exposed. Get ready. You don't have a good defense. You don't have a good interior defense. You don't have a good bench. It's going to be exposed. All of it will be exposed. So get ready. That means
we're going to find out who your true character is.
That's
we're going
right.
to see, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we get to know that you're a good person.
weed
deep
out
down.
the people who, weed out the people who we thought they were bad.
Right.
We had an idea that they were bad, but now
we got proof. Now
Right.
we got it.
You
Now
got a
it's out in the open.
You
All
got a
right.
digital paper trail.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
With the U.S. obviously still reeling, still in the throes of the
All
anger,
of this, of everything.
killing of George Floyd, and countless other,
Exactly.
bringing
Bringing to light all the injustices that have happened. The mayor of a city in Southern California, Temecula, has resigned after he said, quote, "No good person of color has ever been killed by the police." He said that despite the fact as well that a black man was fatally shot by the police at his home in the city in 2016. In his home.
Yeah. Why does he get to resign?
I only wish he could have been fired.
Right?
Getting to resign feels like he's doing it on his own terms. Am I right,
It feels
Jay?
like he's like retiring almost in a weird way.
That bugs me.
And look, Temecula, it's wine country.
That's right.
We get that.
Maybe he made the statement after drinking all the
at a tasting.
all
very
the thrown
generous
out wine
pour.
at a very, very generous pour.
So his name is James Stewart. Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
Mayor of Temecula, Riverside County, immediately landed in trouble when he sent the offending email, which he said was sent in a reply to a person concerned about our police officers and their sensitivity training.
I'm going to go ahead.
Okay. So if you want to send this in an email to your wife, or if you want to send this in an email to your best friend, or you want to send it to your brother, you want to send it to your dad or your uncle, who
hopefully will reprimand you and be like, why are you talking
right, but
like
won't
that?
blast it out. You don't blast it out to a constituent
That's
who
right.
is already angry about police officers and their sensitivity.
I'm going to assume that this guy speaks all of his emails into his phone, and I'm going to assume that he spoke this email into his phone while standing in line and not socially distancing at a Starbucks.
Probably. He is a douchebag.
Douchebaggery.
I know, look, you're standing up for cops. That's what you're doing.
Who again did, by the way, kill an unarmed, I don't know if he was unarmed, but killed a black man in his own home in 2016 in a controversial way.
So you aren't Mayberry RFD, all right?
You're not. All right, Andy
You're not
Griffith?
Andy Griffith.
You're
all
not.
right? You have some explaining to do on this one.
Yeah, but go ahead and clap back right now against the person who's asking for more sensitivity on this subject.
Let's get to the truth of that. All this person was asking for was more sensitivity. And you got to clap back and say, no good black person has been killed.
Also, great idea to have a digital paper trail of your racism. It's
Yes.
always a nice thing. That'll be
Yes.
useful in your downfall. Your tone, you're basically your
You're
tone
a tone
deafness.
deaf dipshit. That's who you are.
In
okay?
the email, a screenshot of which Mr. Stewart himself shared later on Facebook, so he shared it.
Okay.
As reports of his content spread, the mayor responds to this is the mayor of the town, responds to concerns from a constituent asking what he and his team are doing to end police violence in our community and systemic racism in policing that is killing black people. By the way, not a crazy question,
Not a badgering question.
not an accusatory question.
Not saying, hey, you suck, you've done nothing.
even
or-
though they have done something bad in 2016, which we brought up.
Right, but nobody in the question is saying, hey, board up your house because we're coming to take you down.
No, something that should have been answered with we're looking into every and any way to make what you so eloquently stated here a top priority.
That's it. How hard is that to say
Was
that?
that
Even if you
difficult?
disagree with that, just say, we hear your concerns. We will make them a top priority. We want to turn the world around and heal it.
What a
That's
nice
all you
way
have
to
say.
do it.
How hard was that for us to come
What a
up with
kind
it?
act. It doesn't even set up an us versus them.
It doesn't even answer this guy's question either.
It's a woman.
You can... All right. This woman's
Replying to Mr. Stewart's points, Mr. Stewart points out that the city of Temecula does not have its own police department. Instead,
All right, so you're gonna
contracting
split
with
hairs.
yeah, exactly. We're going to split hairs.
You're going to split hairs. This is what you're going to do.
Contracting with the Riverside County Sheriff Department, already taking a stance from the beginning.
So like he wants to point out that what this woman is asking for is wrong. So let me start by saying you're wrong.
And
That's
then
like the little
the
dig
dig.
around the
That's right.
backside.
That's right.
And then I'm going to tell
Again,
you.
an answer of we work with the Riverside County Sheriff's Office to police our
But
town.
of course, we
But
will.
Rest
we are,
assured,
we are in communication with them to try to build a better connection between officers and community. It's so easy to say this.
So, what does that cost him? Do you understand? What does it cost him to say that? Why is he withholding of that? Or even, I'm not saying he should just say it. He should be doing it.
He should believe it in his core. But let's say you're
What he said was actually. It's like that's what he said. Oh, actually, we are with the Riverside Police. Does our actually?
When someone says actually, that's a fuck you to start.
Yeah, that's like, let me correct you. And I can't believe this guy didn't use a sweetheart or a toots.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the Riverside Police Department, not us,
And then he said, I don't believe there's ever been a good person of color killed by a police officer. So I'm kind of confused what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yikes. By the way, that's not even a good thing to say out loud when you're alone.
Yeah, not even to
In
yourself.
the shower.
Unless that shower is a shower of hate coming at you for
Right.
saying such a stupid thing. And then it all makes sense.
Right. If you're getting
hate rained down on your head,
or
then there you go.
garbage dumped on you, fine. You can say that as you're going down.
He also writes that racism is not accepted or tolerated in
And
the
it would be
city.
nor tolerated if you're trying to talk down to someone.
I have several good friends who are African Americans. No.
And they love living here because of how safe it is for them and their family. Define several.
Also, great card to play. Good look for you. I got a lot of black friends. What is this, 1982? For Christ's sake.
And by the way, don't talk for your African American friends in this city.
They probably don't want you to be their mouthpiece. How
Right.
about that?
Right. Why don't you check in with them now and see how they feel about you using them
You
as
feel like the
pawns?
type of guy that has ordered for his wife at a restaurant and for her entire life. And guess what? I'm
You've
going to
never gotten it right.
I don't want to speak for her because I know you'll do that already.
Right.
But I'm going to assume that she's never gotten the correct meal her entire relationship.
Or it's
with
never been exactly how she wants it.
Exactly. She's not satisfied. I'm telling you right now. That's what I'm going to guess. And I'm not going to speak for her because
All right,
that's your job.
So fast forward a touch, and now he's already resigning.
He's resigning, but in a contrite message, which will not fully, he'll sidestep and
Right.
try and make himself
Sorry
the
you were offended
make
kind
the
of message.
victim here. In a contrite message announcing his resignation over it, Mr. Stewart explained that because he has severe dyslexia, he routinely uses speech-to-text dictation. I was right to write that in this case he did not proofread the resulting email before sending it. Yeah, why proofread this?
Right.
Why proofread this thing that is actually a very sensitive and important thing, resulting in the use of the word good where he in fact did not say it.
So wait, so dyslexia is a disease that causes his computer to write things that he himself did not say. Is that what?
His dyslexia is so bad, Jay? It's now
Now it's on his electronic
all
devices?
of his electronic devices. It spreads. It's like COVID.
Way to not take blame for what you said. Or way to blame it on something that I'm going to assume the guy doesn't even have dyslexia.
I want proof. He said, I owe everyone an apology. That's a good start, including our citizens of all backgrounds and ethnicities, city staff, and my
But
respective
why
colleagues.
why are you apologizing to everyone
Yeah,
like
it
this?
was your dyslexia.
Yeah, you can just say they should be. Why
It
are
says
they
you have
defending-
every right to be hurt and defended. Wow, your dyslexia really got that statement totally right. How did his dyslexia get that
I
statement
wonder.
right?
I mean, it's dyslexia. According to you, it could jumble up your pure thoughts into something racist and idiotic.
yeah.
It could just do that.
How in the world was he able to get out through his apology with his rampant racist dyslexia coming down?
Quote, my typos and off-the-cuff response to an email on a serious topic added pain at a time where our community and country is suffering. Again, not a typo in there?
No.
Everything fine was
No.
there? Spelled everything correctly?
Dyslexia actually worked
Made
right
a lot
there.
of sense there. You made total racial sense.
That's
on that
right.
one.
That's right.
He said, quote, I may not be the best writer, and sometimes I misspeak, but I'm not a racist. I deeply regret this mistake, and I own it entirely. I'm truly sorry. You're not owning it.
No.
You're not owning it entirely.
No, because you
No.
blamed it on dyslexia and you blamed it on the fact that you are not a good writer. That's
Right.
how you know he's lying.
Blaming
right here.
it that you're not a good writer. So now, is it the dyslexia,
Yeah,
or is it you're not a good writer?
Or is the dyslexia causing you not to be a good writer? Because
Wait, I'm
sometimes
sorry,
you're a good
Red.
writer.
Dyslexia is a disease, and I looked this up, and I really got into it, and I was like, let me see if I don't know enough about dyslexia.
Yeah, because maybe we don't.
Dyslexia mainly, and someone come at us and tell us we're wrong, is a disease of processing images that you see out of order and miscorrectly identifying symbols. Okay, it's about reading more than it is about speaking, or
Right.
more than it is about there's a different speech pathology, and we certainly know. Our mom had a stroke, and it's affected her speech and her ability.
That's
to
more aphasia to be able
right.
to
So aphasia
retrieve
is having
language.
trouble. So do you have an aphasia or do you have dyslexia? If you're blaming dyslexia, what? So dyslexia made you say the word good. What were you trying to say? Were you trying to say bad? Were you trying to say never in history has a bad person of color been killed by the cops? Because that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm sure there are definitely some people who maybe were shooting at cops. Maybe there were some bad people of color who have been killed by. So you can't really say that. Maybe there's one or two. Probably more than that. But
It's
to do
all-
it unjustly, this is the my dog ate my homework excuse. This is my Twitter handle got hacked. This is that version of that. And you're throwing dyslexia under the goddamn bus. So to me,
I don't understand what he meant to say.
what did he mean to say?
Exactly.
And I want someone to hold his feet to the fire. I want to be like, what were you trying to say? What did the dyslexia screw up in
How
that
did
statement?
dyslexia mix up his actual message? Just tell us the message and we'll be all good.
I mean, if it's your dyslexia, you knew what you intended. intended to say.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be hard for you to just rattle that off right now because
We're waiting.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
We're waiting.
There is no answer.
This is my Twitter feed got hacked. You said it.
I said it. And this is and you're throwing dyslexia. If I'm dyslexic, I'm mad at this guy. Like you're misrepresenting dyslexia.
And look, I know Temecula is a place where two dudes were arguing on Twitter over whether or not
Kobe
where to
Bryant
meet
was the greatest of all time. And
That's
they said,
right.
I'll meet you in Temecula.
I'll meet you in Temecula.
Like, what's 80 miles? Like, some guy was in San Diego and some guy was in L.A.
I'll
They're
meet you
arguing
in
about
Temecula.
Kobe. We'll meet you in Temecula. And look, I've been to Temecula. Temecula's like an old Western town. It looks like the set of Gunsmoke, right? And Temecula is this. It has this old Western feel. It almost feels like the town of
in the Quentin Tarantino.
Hollywood. The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It feels like that. Feels like a set. And then there's some wineries. But just because
The town
you're the
looks
mayor
ancient.
of a town that is from the 1800s, you don't have to have the attitude of an old Western town of the 1800s if you're the mayor of that town. Let's
start a new way.
Let's start a new way. And don't throw dyslexia under the bus. Dyslexia is probably looking at that and saying that cool is not.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. All right, guys, that's our show. Hope you had, like we said, you made it through the weekend. We're now starting into the next week. Thank you again for listening to this show, for watching this show. Go punch a water faucet, then go wash your hands. Very important. Stay socially distant. A lot of people have been gathering together to march and whatnot. Just be careful out there. We need you guys healthy, and we need to stop the spread of the coronavirus as well. We're fighting this thing on two fronts. Thank you for being who you are. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.